When I first conceive of a new production, a new onstage production, I will always start in my own head with what is in the space and where are we. And when the performers arrive to devise the work, I can begin to explain to them where we might be in space and time. And sometimes we're just in a theatre and I've mocked up a theatre space or a studio space so that they know that when they step onto the space, they're in the world of performance. There's an on stage, there's an on-off stage that we might still be able to see, and then there's a really off-off stage. That's how we refer to it when we make work. So, for example, in Shutdown, there's a big white set, which is a big white wall and a white floor. That's the set proper. Then there's this kind of no man's land of benches on the black floor that would be in any theatre space. That's like the on-off. So they're not performing, but they are performing because we can still see them, but they're not doing the dances or doing the scenes. They're kind of watching, so it's like an observation area. And then there's off-off. When they go behind the wall, we know they've gone off stage. And I've used that on-off thing a lot from Motherland onwards in 2012. The idea that to walk into the space is to suddenly engage in a really complex relationship with who's watching you. And a lot of dance, I find dancers kind of jeter or jump into the space, and I have no idea why they're doing that. Whereas with my work, I'm asking the performers to really consider when they stop being off stage and when they step into the light or onto the physical space that I've defined as the performing arena, what that actually means. And that's something that I'm really interested in and I play with quite a lot. What is it when they break the fourth wall and Rob talks to us in the audience? What does that do to us as the audience? What does that do to him as a fictional persona? Is it him? Is it a version of him? Do the others know he's talking through that barrier of the fourth wall? So I break the fourth wall down all the time.
It's just us tonight. And we've been having a think, and we've decided it's time to own up about something.
And I play with the edges of the space all the time and the behind scenes of we know somebody's going somewhere but we don't know where they're going, but we know they might be back. So space-wise, that often drives more and more what the set design is. And for the past few pieces, I have gone really, really minimal. There's a wall, there's a floor, there's some tables, there's some paper, there's a doll. There might be, as in Loco Parentis, somebody bringing on what they need to create a scene. So a party might explode out of a touring box, so a plastic box. You open it up, you've got bunting, you've got plates, you've got those popper things for parties, you've got beer, you've got fun things. They all come out of a box that we actually carry the stuff around on tour with. So even though we're creating a party, it's coming out of a known reference to this is theatre, this is what we carry, this is what we put in the back of the van. Everything I put on stage is a real world object. So the props are found in the real world. I don't make abstract props that look like they're from a pantomime or from some other place. That's not interesting to me. I'm trying to anchor the experience of watching my work through being recognisable. So that's a touring box, that's a balloon, that's a dolly, it's not a baby, but I'm for a moment thinking it might be a baby. That's bunting, that makes me think of a party or a wedding. That's a chair, I know what a chair is. That's a black dance floor. I think I know what a black dance floor is because I've seen a lot of dance. That's what I want the audience to understand where we are. I think in the past, I have made slightly more abstracted sets, and they're too fictional for me now because I understand more now about the transaction that goes on between a performer and an audience. And I'm really interested in laying that bare and for an audience to understand they're being performed to and performed at in a way. So the space is constantly telling an audience, we're just performing, we're just performing. Do you believe us? Do you believe us? Now we're going to change what we're doing. Do you now believe us? And so that roller coaster of emotions, I think, in my work is built on, it's not exactly tricking or manipulating an audience, but it's constructing a fiction that emotionally they really buy into. And then we go, but this is just fiction. So puts us on edge, and I like that. I like playing with that.
No, 4, 5.
No. Come back and pick this up.
Often that set that I design might start as a very clean set. So in Shutdown it might be a clean, massive white clean piece of paper at the back and a clean white floor, and slowly as the work progresses it becomes messier, it becomes marked on with charcoal, we draw a big circle on the floor, stuff is left in the space, clothes get scattered, things get broken. In Loco Parentis I took that even further actually by almost filmically cross-wiping back to neutral each time a scene had finished. So in Loco Parentis I made a big deal about there might be a delicate duet going on here, and then Janusz and Rob would clutter into the space with trestle tables and set up the next scene as though ushering them out. So over the course of an hour and a half you'd start to think, why can't anything settle? Why can't you just let a scene play out? And for me that was a metaphor over the course of the piece for disrupted childhoods of children in care, that they might feel secure in 1 minute and then everything's gone, they change house, they move foster care, they're adopted, they're moved on, their family disappears, their birth mother goes. So I was trying to create a very unstable, insecure environment in that show by constantly dismantling the things that you could hold on to. And in other shows, like Virgin Territory, we've had, a green grass arena that's clearly fake, and towards the end of the show we bring in real soil to try to go, could we grow anything here? Can this landscape change? I really enjoy the designing aspect of how to change a space from beginning to end of a live show.